Hi guys, thanks for joining me for Monday Motivation. Today I really want to talk about focusing on your end destination, your final goal, reaching your goal, and just kind of keeping that as your focal point. So, a few of you know, a few days ago I went to California. I just got back Thursday, Friday, um, and so here's my souvenir shirt. So I just for a moment want to think about our life in the term of a plane ride, or traveling in general. You think about it, everyone has to have a boarding ticket, everyone has to board in numerical order. You have to follow the instructions, you have to make sure your bags are in the right place. They're not allowed to be out in the aisle or showing from underneath the seat in front of you. Then finally the pilot says, we're ready for takeoff. And the plane has to make some turns, it's got to change directions. One plane, when I was going to California, had to actually completely turn all the way around to get onto the flight strip. The engines rev, the speed starts to pick up, the lights on the inside of the plane turn off, the lights on the outside of the plane turn on. The initial speed up feels so uncomfortable. It's almost like you're being pushed backwards. And if you fight it, it feels worse. If you try to fight the resistance of the plane as it's starting to take off, it doesn't feel good. It's very uncomfortable. As soon as you actually start to go up, your stomach kind of does that weird jolting thing. It starts bumping as soon as you're going up, but before you're completely off and into flight, you're bumping, and it's kind of uncomfortable as you begin to get into the momentum of everything. And then you think about when you're in the sky, sometimes it's visible and you can see down below you and you can see beautiful things, and other times your vision is obstructed by clouds or the weather isn't good, and then some flights have turbulence, and it all points sometime in your life. If you travel, if you fly, you're going to experience turbulence, and it's so uncomfortable, and part of you is panicking and scared. And the ride just isn't always the smoothest. It's not always the smoothest. Some of us have flying frights, and it's not always a smooth ride. But when you get to your final destination, when you finally make it to vacation, when you finally make it to wherever it is you're going out of town, it's almost like you forget about the hardships from the plane. You forget that you had to stand in line for 2 hours or whatever, and you just get to finally enjoy your final destination. And for me, my flight back home, there was a lot of turbulence, and I've never really been on a flight that experienced that much turbulence. And it was kind of like jostling us out of our seats a little bit, and the seatbelts must be fastened sign stayed on pretty much the entire ride. I couldn't go to sleep because it was so uncomfortable, and but then when I thought, like, oh, but I'm going home, like, I've been away for 6 days now, I'm ready to get back home, I'm ready to get back into my regular routine. And when I thought about I'm going home, I'm on my way home, my final destination was home, it was just like, it made the ride so much more bearable. So what I want is for you guys to all think about your final destination. Keep your final destination in sight, in the forefront of your mind, and just focus on that. When times get hard, focus on that. When there's turbulence, focus on that. When you can't really see, outside your window, focus on your end destination. Jamaica, Costa Rica, fit bodies, abs, more money in the bank, whatever your final destination is, whatever your goal is, focus on that, because that's going to make the ride so much smoother, so much enjoyable, and it's also going to keep you sane in the ride, and think about, and it's also going to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more easy to bear, because you're focusing on your end goal now instead of what is actually going on in that exact moment. So yeah, I hope that motivates somebody today. Thank you again for tuning in for Monday Motivation. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and share my post. Thanks.